The evening market was buzzing with life as single dad. Ayan walked holding his son Xavier's tiny hand. He had just finished a long shift at the workshop and wanted to buy some fruit before heading home. The air smelled of roasted corn and warm bread, and Xavier tugged his shirt asking for a snack. Ayan smiled softly because his son was the only reason he kept going. Then suddenly he froze because at the corner of the street near the old fountain, he saw a woman sitting with a trembling hand stretched out for help, her hair messy, her clothes torn, her eyes full of exhaustion. It took him a moment to recognize her. It was his ex-wife, Mahira, the same woman who once walked out on him and their baby to chase a glamorous life. Now she sat on cold stone asking strangers for coins. Harzan felt his heart twist in confusion, pain, and disbelief. Mahira lifted her eyes and shock flashed across her face when she saw Ayan standing there with their son. She quickly looked away as if she did not deserve to meet their eyes. Ayan stepped closer, feeling 1,000 memories rushing back. Their fights, her leaving the house, her refusal to look back even once. Xavier squeezed his hand and whispered softly, "Papa, is that lady okay?" Ayan knelt beside his son and hesitated because he did not know what to say. Mahira hugged herself, trying to hide the cold shivers running through her body. Ayan gently asked Mahira, "What happened to you?" Mahira bit her lip, trembling, unable to speak. Ayan noticed the bruises on her arm, the hollow cheeks, the silent suffering she carried. He had imagined many scenarios if he ever met her again, but nothing like this. Mahira finally whispered that everything fell apart after she left. The man she chose over her family abandoned her after using her. She lost her job, lost her apartment, and had nowhere to go. For weeks she slept in shelters and sometimes outside in alleys. Her voice cracked when she said she had not eaten properly in days. Ayan felt anger and pity battling inside him. He wanted to shout and ask why she left them, but then he looked at his son, who watched silently with big, innocent eyes. Xavier tugged his sleeve. "Papa, can we help her?" Those words pierced Ayan deeper than any wound. His son, with a pure heart, asked for kindness when Ayan only felt hurt. Mahira lowered her head, ashamed of the chaos she carried. Ayan took a deep breath and told Mahira to stand because they could not leave her on the street. Mahira refused, shaking her head, saying she did not deserve their help. But Xavier stepped forward with his little voice and said, "Mama, please come." The word Mama made Mahira break into tears. She fell to her knees, hugging Xavier gently, afraid to crush him in her weakness. People in the market slowed down watching the scene, but Ayan placed his arm around Mahira to steady her. He helped her walk to their small home, a place built with hard work and sacrifice. The road felt long, but Ayan kept supporting her step after step. Mahira cried silently, clutching her old bag as if it carried the last pieces of her dignity. Inside the house, Mahira sat on the sofa trembling, while Xavier brought her water. Ayan made her warm food and placed it in front of her. When she took the first bite, she broke down, sobbing because she had forgotten what comfort tasted like. Ayan sat across from her, torn between resentment and compassion. Mahira apologized over and over, saying she ruined everything and did not expect forgiveness. Ayan listened quietly, remembering the nights he cried alone, holding their baby, afraid of the future. Yet watching her now, he felt the weight of her suffering. Xavier touched her hand and said, "Mama, you can stay with us." Mahira cried harder, hearing acceptance from the tiny soul she abandoned. Days passed and Mahira slowly recovered. She helped around the house, took care of meals, cleaned the place, and tried to rebuild her bond with her son. At first, Ayan kept emotional distance. He feared letting her close again because the wound she left had shaped his entire life. But whenever he saw her fix Xavier's uniform or braid his hair or help him with homework, he felt his heart soften. One evening, Ayan entered the room and saw Mahira crying quietly while folding Xavier's clothes. She whispered that she had never realized what she lost until she saw how lovingly Ayan raised their child. She said that she did not come back to demand a place in their life, but only to survive long enough to apologize properly. Her voice shook with sincerity that cut deep. Ayan sat beside her and for the first time spoke openly. He told her how hard it was when she left, how lonely he felt, how people judged him for being a single dad. But he also said life taught him that pain does not last forever. He worked days and nights to protect their son, and somehow they built a small, peaceful life. Mahira listened with her eyes lowered, filled with regret. Xavier peeked inside the room and hugged both of them at once, saying he loved them. Ayan felt something break and heal at the same time. He realized forgiveness was not weakness, but a blessing for the heart. Though the past could not be erased, something new was forming quietly. Ayan finally told Mahira she could stay until she rebuilt her strength. He promised nothing beyond support and safety, but he would not let her fall again. Mahira nodded, grateful for even a small place in their life. She promised to work, earn, and repay every kindness. That night, the three sat together for dinner, not as a perfect family, but as souls learning to heal. Xavier laughed, telling stories from school and for the first time in years. Mahira smiled with genuine warmth. Ayan watched them quietly, feeling a strange hope rising in his chest. Life had broken them in different ways, yet somehow brought them back to a moment where they could rebuild without fear.